English learner, do you need some motivation? Are you wondering why you are working so hard to learn English? I am here to help you. So now imagine having a cool superpower that can help you out in many different situations, or a magic key that can unlock thousands of doors that were once closed to you. English can be your magic key. Now, imagine that you are using this magic key to go straight into difficult situations and help other people solve important problems and get people to communicate well. With a key like that, you would nearly be a superhero. Those ideas may sound nice, but maybe you want some real strong examples of how you can use English to improve your life. One day in the future, you might go into an interview at a large corporation and find that your interviewer is a native English speaker. Even if they want to speak in your native language at first, talk to them in English to demonstrate your skills, and they will see that you can be a very valuable employee. That is great, right? This will hopefully give you a little motivation to study English. Now, we are going to talk about all the most important reasons why you should study English. So, last time I got survey from 20U Limited, and this is the result. So, this is the 4 reasons why learning English is the best decision you ever made. So, here you are.
Well, the first reason, you can find more job opportunities. Many large companies around the world require that their employees speak English. In some cases, these companies are requiring their workers to only use English. As the world becomes more global, it is only natural that big businesses will want and need to communicate more. Right now, everyone is trying to learn and communicate with English. English is becoming the common language that people from different countries and cultures can use to communicate with one another. For example, imagine that a business person from Israel who speaks English and Hebrew wants to do business with someone from South Africa who speaks English and Afrikaans. Even though they both start learning English as a second language in elementary school, they can use English to communicate with each other. As Rakuten's CEO Hiroshi Mikitani told to CNN, if you want to become successful in other countries, you need to internationalize your headquarters because people from around the world know English and use it to communicate with everyone else. It is important that employees also know English. English is an important part of the process of becoming more internationalized. You do not just need English to work at American, Australian, or British companies. By learning English, you can be well prepared for interview with any large international companies.
The reason number 2, you can become and have better education. Not only knowing a foreign language expand your brain power, but you can use your knowledge of English to learn more and more things about the world. These days, it is relatively easy to take an English class. You can take an online or on Skype, even you can take in the classroom. There are so many options out there. But here is a new idea for you. Have you ever considered trying to take a specific subject in English? Imagine all of things that you could learn by taking an English class, like an American history from an American, a math from an Australian, or even an English literature by a British teacher. This kind of class that completely taught in English will let you learn about culture, intonations, body language, vocabulary, and slang, while also you learning about an interesting subject or anything else that you love to study. Furthermore, there are so great works of literature, science, history, or even social science that are written in English first. Do not lose anything by trying to read the translations. Instead, you will come closer to the main idea of what the writer is trying to say by reading the original writing in English.
Well, the reason number 3, you can easily travel anywhere in the world. In many places where you will travel, people find English important for their business. They need to know English in order to communicate with potential clients and customers. In most hotels, at least one employee will speak English often. Many of employees will speak English. It will make it easier for customers to get what they need and spend their money. Even people in small town markets in the world know how to bargain with English speakers. You will find that some of your best interactions will be with people on the streets who are trying to sell you something or who are trying to improve their English speaking skills. English will bridge the communication, couple your travel, and make a traveling bliss. Okay, for the reason number 4, you will learn about culture. Language and culture cannot be separated. Language is culture and culture is language. Simply said, knowing English will give you a better understanding of people who live in English-speaking countries. Knowing English gives you more insight into how people think, live, and work. If you don't know about the culture of English-speaking countries, this might lead to misunderstanding of what are people saying in English. It is not enough to just know about basic words and phrases. To communicate well in English, you must know about things like tone, body language, and facial expressions. You might think English speakers is crush, rude, or dismissive when they are not. But if you understand about which word or expression that is acceptable and unacceptable in English-speaking cultures, this might save you from a cultural misunderstanding with your friends and co-workers.
So, who would not want that? So, be smarter, more confident, and helpful, and get a job. That sounds good, right? So, this is the end of our explanation about what is top 4 reasons of learning English. So, goodbye! Thanks for watching, and see you!